Steve talked about the LA Phil sound as being the sound that was embedded in his ears when he wrote, but he also personally knew every single member of the orchestra. So whether he was conducting a Green Umbrella concert or listening to a rehearsal, he was very much a friend of the orchestra. Of course, Steve Stucky's friendship with Esa-Pekka was something to see.
I met Steve Stucky, and it so happened that after 5 minutes, you realize that this person could be your brother. Steve was very well read, and he had wide interest in the arts and life in general. I would say 90% of what I know is because of him. He was an expert on malt whiskies. This we verified several times over the course of 25 years. He loved discovering new things. He loved learning new things and sharing. He was somebody who was very much part of his time and his society. But he didn't have an agenda other than trying to make the LA Philharmonic the most vibrant forum for new ideas and thoughts.
We are talking about one of the greatest composers of our times, being part of the LA Philharmonic family.
And everybody around him sensed that, this guy was really incredibly central to all our efforts. And rather than trying to push for a certain point of view, he was trying to find the interesting voices, even if they aesthetically were far from his.
Steve proposed the Young Composers Fellowship. And that was back in 2007, and it flourishes today.
The composer of his stature in the field would actually spend time with these young, very unproven composers was actually, I think, quite meaningful and inspiring.
As only the best composition teachers can, he tried to see the person, and he tried to figure out what he or she needed at that point in their lives.
He really instilled me with confidence in myself to pursue composition beyond just a hobby.
And the bond he created with the players, I've never seen anything like that. He left a formidable body of work. He thought about the audience, and he wasn't particularly worried about himself.
The symphony that he wrote for the Philharmonic at the time that I premiered, it was beautiful music.
The things that appeal to me are, first of all, the beauty of sound and the very refined but complex texture in orchestral playing.
One of the very last messages I got from him, only about, a few weeks before he died, was about a young composer. He sent me a score and said, "I think you would like this composer." What Steve wanted ultimately was new music to be a normal part of life. Let's give people something to hang on to. We are here to offer you a possibility to enjoy yourself and make your life richer and deeper and just have fun.
He was such an optimist, a real optimist, and there are never enough optimists in this world.